And live. Hello, hello. I believe so. I just need to wait a moment and get... Is YouTube starting up now? And we're definitely live. And welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, Sorin's Journey. So, last we left off, well, we liberated Doma. It's free now. Mostly, I think. Probably still some Imperials here and there. But Doma Castle has... Well, we haven't really taken it back yet. Destroyed it. But Yotsuyu's gone. And Gosestsu's gone. The end result is Empire doesn't have their headquarters in Doma anymore. Which means the Resistance is free to clear up what's left. Means... Oh, that's the wrong button. Scions need to get back to Gyr Abania. All the chaos is still fresh. I informed Tatara of our coming. She and Hancock should be waiting for us in the Ruby Bazaar. Oh. Hey, Mooney. Is... No more Gosestsu. Then 'tis here we part ways. Best of luck to you and yours in your piratical endeavours, I suppose. Right. Back to Eorzea. It feels like it's... I suppose it has been quite a while since I've been there. Ethernet. Back to the bazaar and... Hopefully the transport back to Eorzea will be... I suppose I could always use the Aephorite network, couldn't I? I don't... Maybe the others do, but I don't really need to rely on a boat to get back. Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations on a job well done. It is a pleasure as always to see your smiling face, Tatara. Less so yours, Hancock, though Rasho and I are sincerely grateful for your assistance. The pleasure was all mine, Master Alphino, I assure you. Anyway, you'll be glad to hear that I have already chartered passage for you back to Limsa Lominsa. The ship is to leave port this very day, but the captain has agreed to wait until the four of you have boarded. The four of us? You mean to stay here in Kugane? Yes, I gave it some thought, and I realized that even with Doma free, there's still a need for a woman in the middle. Maybe even more than before, considering all the friends and alliances you made. As I told her many times before, I'd be more than willing to assist you. And as I told you many times before, I'm not about to let you worm your way into our affairs and exploit our connections for your personal gain. Must you always presume the worst? So, there you have it. I'll remain here for now. You needn't worry. I'm a regular at the hostelry and a half-dozen other local institutions. Everyone loves me. Oh. If your work in Ishgard's anything to go by, I'd believe that. But go. Don't let me keep you. Buy your supplies and souvenirs while you still can. When you're finished, make haste to the docks. Pier number 2, to be precise. I'll be waiting for you there. Right then. Guess... no time at all to waste. You just finished up here, Alphino? I cannot deny that the thought of leaving her here alone worries me, but she has proven time and time again that she is far more clever than she appears. Besides, I do not think I could persuade her to change her mind. Mayhap I should take her advice and purchase a souvenir or two before leaving. Souvenirs, eh? Really know what What would be best to get to everyone? Hello there. Here. Alphado? Have you been... I found... I only assume he's making a bit of money on the side, but I hope he has Gyr and Gosestsu's permission to be selling these. This all seems like mostly things I could get back home anyway. Maybe see if I can return at some other point. I have attuned to the Aephorite here, so returning shouldn't be too much of a problem. Then I can take a bit more time to actually look around. I only just noticed that myself. I think I will be returning here for the free. Well, it's not a free power soul. 100,000 for it. It's now got me curious, like kind of like all the other like merchants and menders, like how many others of those have like unique stock. First to arrive, as always. Hopefully the others will not be far behind. The umbrella dots? I missed something.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready to go?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
Alright. No, I might have to get Sorin one then.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your inquiries. Better to avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Not to speak of, I assure you.
You there!
Oh.
Hold that ship!
Wait, that's... Lord Hien?
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. We half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Upon learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
That too, aye. But there was something else I felt I had to say. You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough.
Where's the game audio bit? Maybe that's too much backup?
Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
Oh. Is that any better? Oh, that was... Oh yeah, I think that's possibly... I noticed something before that was a bit odd last stream. That apparently my microphone audio was also taking up my desktop audio. So the game audio was being sent through twice, which is why it probably was louder before. Easy enough job to just bump up the gain on the desktop audio.
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid, and as there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense. To wit, we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did. Even the Empire has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma?
That's certainly one strategy.
And besides, so long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself and Gosestsu?
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you to finish what we have started. You have it in you, Lise. To seize the future you want. Never forget.
I won't, Hien. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always.
Okay.
And that's a promise.
Sorin didn't have time to get too much of a reaction. They had one of the situations where the rest of the party went on and... That was the Doma Castle was interesting. Two of the party spent the first third of it disconnecting and lagging and...
I will hold you to that. Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
I think it's looking like it's time for us to move on.
The ship's about to weigh anchor.
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends, and may we meet again beneath a western sky.
Well, see you again, Lord Hien. Back home. Meanwhile, in the Royal Palace of Alamigo.
I always knew that woman was unfit for command.
Aye, when you think of all the resources we've poured into that hole, and for what?
Oh.
The beast yet lives. Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws. I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
Pedolorem Lupus! Come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by the Cranie Lupi. Xenosier Galvus, I presume.
It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Good. Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I will not hear another sound pass her lips. Until I strip the fat from her.
What good? All back. Back in Eorzea at last, ready to pick up where we left off and finish the fight. We're not who we were when we left. Stronger and wiser. So let's do it. Let's get back to Alamigo and defeat Xenos once and for all. Right. I'm guessing plan is to head straight back. Here we are, home at last. I must say, the journey passed more quickly than I had expected. That would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect. I should be glad if we did not speak of that unpleasantness again. But in spite of all that and more, we returned better for the experience, and more importantly, triumphant. Indeed, and with Doma freed of Imperial oppression, it's only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Alamigo. Well, I'm all for that, obviously, but I think you should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Hall before you do anything else. They'll be thrilled to hear what we've accomplished, and it'd sound best coming from you. Thank you. I shall do as you suggest. Admiral. I see I'm not too late. Admiral, what are you doing here? The East Alderney Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Gyr Abania. Aye, the Alliance still holds the wall, despite several Imperial counterattacks, but we've been unable to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides towards rebuilding their depleted ranks. They have even taken it upon themselves to attempt some few operations, with mixed results, I am sorry to say. There was a complication arising from one such venture which moved me to seek you out. A complication, Admiral? During a mission to transport wounded Resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Primal Baldesion was taken prisoner. Kryl! Do they know where she's been held? They do not, but your comrades were informed at once. I am told Thancred is in Gyr Abania looking for her as we speak. How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Ryl taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Right. Suppose that means we have to get out there. Thank you for informing us. Tired though we may be, we must make haste to Castamorians. Pray excuse us, Admiral. Lady Ugiri? At that stage it was kind of... was kind of... another Imperial? Guess making use of the Aetherite's the quickest way there. Gyr Abania. There's Iron... Anchored? There you are. You've heard the news. In broad strokes from Admiral Bluefuswin. What happened? Kral and a squadron of resistance fighters were escorting Y'shtola and several of her wounded to the Rising Stones for further treatment when they were ambushed by Imperial forces. Arenvold and his men fought valiantly, but in the chaos... I will make no excuses. We failed to protect her. Don't be so hard on yourself. You protected Y'shtola and the others, did you not? Tell us about the attack. It was the skulls. They knew a path across the wall we hadn't found. We thought we were safe once we reached the Black Shroud. We weren't expecting an ambush. During the fighting, I caught a glimpse of their leader's memories. It was all planned. The advantage of having a walker in the field. I'm not as strong in the echo as Sorin is, of course. Half the time it's enough to knock me on my arse, like I've taken a dose of concentrated aether. So you walked in Fordola's memories. What did you see? A woman promised the world. Education, training, citizenship. All that and more if she but sold her soul. A traitor to her people, a pretender to her masters. It was Xenos himself that gave the order. Told her to return with Kral Baldesion. Alive. Our agents have been carefully monitoring Imperial communications since the attack, but have yet to intercept any transmissions making reference to Kral or her current whereabouts. If their orders were to bring Kral back alive, we can save her if we move quickly enough. As you say, time's of the essence, which is why I intend to slip past enemy lines and see what information I can uncover on my own. In the meantime, it's up to you and our allies to command the Imperial's undivided attention. Lots of shouting and explosions and so forth. Keep them distracted, and I will find her. Very well. I wish I could do more to aid you, but I understand. Commander Kemp is on his way to the Castrum as we speak, for a meeting with General Alden. If you hurry, you could find him on the road, and discuss the situation beforehand. I think Sorin and I are going to go see Conrad like he suggested. You all wait here. Wait, I'm going to? I guess I am. Let's go, Akila. There they are. Commander Kemp? Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Fills my heart with joy to see you two hale and healthy. Poor Krile. Welcome home, Lise. Sorin. I'm sure you've heard about Kral by now. That's why we're here. I'm still not sure what to think about it, but we'll save her. We'll definitely save her somehow. Aye, I've no doubt you will. You look stronger for your time in the Far East, lass. And that's good news for Krile. I'd like to think so, but enough about me. How is everything with you and the Resistance? Better than when you lost, Sauce. No mistake. Arenvold's been a godsend. Him and Monago and all the other young bloods have achieved so much in such a short time. We've been blessed to receive the support of the Flames Alamegan Brigade, who've been instrumental in freeing our countrymen from labour camps throughout Gyr Abania, as well as some political prisoners from the city proper, believe it or not. Together with the refugees returning from Uldar and elsewhere, we've had no shortage of able-bodied men and women eager to join the cause. I knew you wouldn't stop fighting, even after what happened at the Reach. Force of habit, I suppose. Though we've come a long way, we still have far to go. But we'll fight for every ilm, and sooner or later, we'll get to Alamigo. But listen to me prattling on when we should be making haste to Castamorians. There's no point you telling me everything now when you only have to say it again for the Flame General's benefit. You're right. I'll go on ahead and tell the others you're not far off. Right. I guess I'm heading with her. We won in Doma. can win again here, right? Just have to get past Xenos. Excuse me, sir, your chocobo is... I don't think pets are allowed on the table. You have spoken with Fankred, then? Good. Take heart. If anyone can track her down, it's him. I believe I hear Commander Kemp's party approaching. If you are ready to address Farver and the others, let us be about it. Ooh, rings. Take that. There you are, and there's Commander Kemp, I see. I know you're eager to speak of our next move, but we would first hear more of your last. Tell us of your deeds in Doma. Yeah, to be fair, Ystala doesn't do much in Stormblood, does she?
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Most of the Scions didn't do much during the events of Heavensward. And her time in the livestream wasn't particularly long in Shadowbringers.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Now it's time to do the same for Alamigo.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
Which means we go on the offensive.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Cryo.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamigan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Veladina. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulga's Beacon. For as Rulga once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castellum Veladina, the main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he has ordered Fordola and her men to see to the bridge's defense. So we'll get to fight the Skulls again. The Butcher is not to be underestimated. He is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike. But we have a plan to defeat her. First, we send an alliance force down the main road, signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. Yeah, now you mention it, It would make more sense for him to keep the sword on his left. Yeah. It's actually odd that it is on his right, because that means they've specifically set it to do that, because default, if you're wielding a sword in Final Fantasy XIV, it's on your left hip. Because the Warrior of Light's always right-handed. And every other character uses... I suppose that's something just... Form over function. However, they will soon find that we are ill prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee. I see. Show them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue. Aye, but Ola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We'll lure them as far as East End, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we should be able to keep the greater part of their garrison occupied, leaving us to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Very clever, I'm sure, but what are we to do if the Imperials smell a rat and return before we've taken the place? I don't need you to take Veladina, Commander Kemp. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You mean to trick them into believing the bridge has fallen? Aye. We convince them Veladina is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust has settled, we regroup at the Castellum. What say you? It's a bold plan, but a good one. We'll do it. Right. In that case, we shall support both Resistance and Alliance forces. Sorin? Lys? Arnvold? I asked you accompany Commander Kemp. Eorzea and I will remain with the Flame General. Got it. Excuse me. We will return to Ralga's Reach and make our preparations. As soon as they are complete, we will join you in the field. Godspeed. Oh, and Ralga's Reach. Hello there. Can I just while I happen to be passing you by. Huh, what are the odds? Milf is my niece. At least lest you wonder, she has told me much and more about you in her letters. But where are my manners? Ulgar Ironheart at your service. I'm an explorer like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share a few such knowledge as I have accumulated. Here, lend me your log. This one? Let's see now. Definitely there. And there. And there. And there! Yes, that ought to suffice. My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Alamigo, beauteous in their ruggedness, and lands of the Far East, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I've written down the directions to them. Some will prove more difficult to reach than others, but if you're even half as resourceful as Milf says you are, I'm confident that you will find them all. And with that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Go forth, my friend, and take in such breathtaking vistas as even my father, the great Roderick Ironheart, could not see in his lifetime. Thought I'd grab that quickly. Means perhaps in... There have been a couple of times I feel where I've been like waiting for the Doma Castle queue to pop that it feels like something. Are you okay there, ma'am? Carbuncle's still there, so I'm assuming she must just be taking a nap. Odd place to take a nap, but resist my urge to do the thing. Whenever I'm playing as Joseph, I'm just wandering around and I see someone using the play dead emote or blue mage who's blown themselves up. I can't resist the urge just to kind of stop and just use the pay respects emote. In case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Veladina is bloody massive. It'd take a dozen men to change it, and far too long besides. There's no need for all that, right, Monago? Not so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms? No. Arenvold, you're in charge of the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pearls. Lise, I want you to look in on the squadrons. Make sure they've got everything they need. Everybody clear? Do I have a task, sir? All forces are to depart for Castellum Corvi when ready. That will be all. Sorin, stay with me a moment, if you would. It feels like getting asked to stay behind after class. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. Each of them has lost people, and I can tell that it weighs on their hearts. Right, sir. There have been a lot of new faces since last year here, so it's best if I just tell you where to look. One's an officer you'll find in the barber. Another's an older fellow who likes to pass the time on the shores of Starfall. The last is a fiery young lad from Little Alamigo, who I'm told trains by himself at the rivers to the fringes. You'll know them when you see them. Come and find me when you've finished. Yes, sir. Right. I'm to encourage people again. Try my best. Hello there, sir. Wait, I know you. Lieutenant Sherwood of the Maelstrom. It's an honor to meet you. I forgot I was a lieutenant, wasn't I? I was living hand to mouth in Uldar, but decided to enlist in the flames after I heard tales of your daring do. And now, as fate would have it, I've been sent here to join in the fight for my homeland's liberation. Oh no. Darren would be very disappointed. Ah, but this is no time to talk. I've got to prepare for the operation. Take care, Lieutenant. We'll give those Imperial Horsons what for. Right, yeah. Maybe it is just enough for me to show up. That's a bit of lazy thinking from me, isn't it? I couldn't remember for a moment if I'd actually ever attuned to Ralgur's reach. Hello there. Oh, Sorin, am I right? I doubt you remember me, but I'll never forget you. Saved my life in Little Alamigo, you did. Wilred and the rest of us had got it into our heads that we had enough crystals. We could summon Ralgur, like the Amalja summoned their god. Thankfully, you put a stop to it. Ever hear about what happened to Wilred? Joined the Braves when they came calling, only to turn up dead one day. Never found out how or why, but I reckon it doesn't matter. Dead's dead after all. At least he died doing what he thought was right. Maybe that's the best folks like us can hope for, eh? And not that I'm in any hurry, mind. Really wish Wilred was still about to see all this going on. As many mistakes as he made, the mistakes he made were for Alamigo. Finally seemed like he was starting to get his life on the right track. Excuse me, sir. I say, if it isn't allowed to help me find a ward I misplaced. Ah, there I go again, treating you as an equal. It wasn't until after you'd gone that one of my comrades pulled me aside and told me it was only the bleeding hero of Eorzea who'd taken the time out of his busy day to help me. Well, what's done is done. Know that I will fight with every ounce of my strength in this coming battle. And the next. And the next. Yep, that will serve to repay the favor. Very well. Wait, he was looking for... He hasn't misplaced his ward again, has he? I think that's everyone. Commander Kemp? You've had a word with the men I mentioned, then? Yes, sir. As I'm sure you've noticed, they've another thing in common aside from tragedy. You've touched each of their lives in one way or another. That's not the reason I wanted you to speak with them. A man who's lived in Gyr Abania his entire life, bore witness to the realities of the occupation for 20 unbroken years. A man who fled Alamigo in search of a new life, who swore to serve another nation, only for fate to conspire to send him back here. A youth born on foreign soil, who never knew his parents' homeland, yet nevertheless felt kinship with our cause. 3 men, 3 stories, 3 reasons, yet all belong to the Resistance. In growing larger, we've grown more diverse, and while there is good in that, there's also the potential for strife and discord. It'd take a special sort to lead such men to Alamigo, don't you think? That one definitely isn't for Sorin. From what I've seen, sir, you certainly seem up to the task. For now, aye, but not forever. And to be frank, I don't always know what to say to the ones who left, not to mention the youths. Nay, the Resistance needed a leader with a wider view. Someone who's not lived their whole life in Gyr Abania, who's known death and hardship, but not been ground down by them. Aye, as you may have guessed, I've been thinking of asking Lise. But it'll be her decision in the end. Oh. Right. I trust I needn't say that this conversation is just between you and me. Of course, sir. Good lad. Right then. We'd best head to Castellum Corvi, or what remains of it, rather. Castellum Corvi. I'm not sure if that's... Right, that's okay. These leading the Resistance, though. That's... Oh, I know attuned to either of the Aether... I've missed one of the Aethernet shards here. Might just be me, but Lise never struck me too much as the leader type. There we go. I think that's for, with the exception of Alphino, maybe, the same for most of the Scions when I think about it. It's hard to imagine too many of us at the... sitting back in the commander's tent and... Oh, again, with the exception of Alphino. Suppose he's... after everything that happened with the Crystal Braves, maybe even he'd be a bit reluctant to take up a role like that. Guessing that must be Castellum Corvi. Here we are. Want to camp? We'll lead the way while the other units launch their own separate attacks. Remember that we need to hold out until Monago sees to the flag. Got your gear in order? Any moment now. Right. Sounds like it started.
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nago. You're making her nervous.
We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way. Right.
Arnvold? Guess that's our cue.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monago, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
Oh. I will do my best to remember. Right, quickly as possible. So, deal with the scouts quickly.
Here it comes!
I think maybe I'm better off single target here. That looks like the first set of scouts out of the way. Falling the cliff. There it is. Right, but that's good for our side of things, right? There's no sentries. Oh, think I found them. But cannons as well. Excuse me. I'm over here. Get these cannons out of the way.
Take this!
Oh. There we go, no more cannons. Just these, I don't know. They do look like Reapers, though. That's the wrong one. Nice. Guards are nearly down. Secured the gate. Just get inside now? Oh. Dola. Think you're clever with your little tricks. Think again. None of you are leaving here alive. I'm not the same person I was at the Reach. This won't be the same. Ow! Even if you've got a new weapon yourself. And drones. Too late. Oh, yeah, it was only Xenos who wanted to reach, wasn't it? A bit later. Ow! That hurts. I keep forgetting Samurai has a new friend. That's just the same one you were using before. Where's the safe spot here?
I'll cut you to pieces!
Not today. Did she? That's...
God damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this!
That's it.
Look! The flag!
She did it.
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo! Al amigo! Yeah!
Stand your ground! It's not over yet! Damn it!
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do.
Philadina is fallen? Impossible.
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
No survivors.
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake.
Yeah, it's getting close to the second trial of Stormblood, isn't it?
I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
Just like Doma Lease. Starts with 1. Did you see that, Abba? Ollie? Did it! Commander? Well fought, brothers and sisters. Today is a day that will be remembered for generations to come. It's a shame Fordola got away, but we did what we came here to do. I have to remind myself it's just a first step, but it's a big one. We're going to take it all back. All of it. One ilm at a time if we have to. That we will. So, now that we've taken the bridge, what's next? There's still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the Castellum. We'll need to search it top to bottom to make sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. Right. On second thought, it might be prudent of you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work to be done, report to General Alden in Bittermill. I'll be honest, sir. Is there an Avercurt nearby? Just to the east. Avoid that pitfall. Any Imperials about? Oh. I feel bad about this one. Almost. This... Just a... Leave no. I understand how much of a threat it is if we give them a chance to regroup. I don't know if I can do this as a samurai. Still have the skills Sorin taught me. So I can imagine it's... I can imagine it was either the first or third response. Right. That's that done. Now to Bittermill. Ow. Why can't the Warrior of Light hold back enough to, you know, take them prisoner? Does he have to execute them? Yeah, when I saw the response, I kind of, in my mind was like, I can imagine Seri going with that one. Well met. All's well at the bridge? Well, it seems to be, sir. Just searching for any Imperials left in hiding. Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. We've been left but a moment ago of a contingent of troops to occupy Villadina. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castellum to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Right. The light not overmuch in victory, but when there are battles left to fight, our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. Back to the bridge, then. I need to remember. I know there's one of these. I think is it. I think it's the quest line that this one starts, the Hidden Truth. That I need to remember to kind of make sure I do at some point on stream, because I feel it's one of the ones that's quite story relevant. What is that? Maybe just cloud. I thought I saw like a smoke. Oh no, it's rising from here. Okay, that's where it's coming from. I just saw a smoke cloud and it looked like it was just rising from the air above the river. Commander Kemp? Back so soon? I suppose the General and his men had matters well in hand. The Vice Marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there'll be no one left to fight. So, that means it's time for us to push east. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp, Marshal Tarpin reports that their sweep of the Castellum's interior has been completed. It was finally over, eh? I extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Castellum Villadina is well and truly ours. Captus calls for... Wait, where's Monago? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the human tribe, where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Villadina have a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, 'twould be best if Monago were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's go. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. Right. Well, if that is your wish, then I have no objection. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. Time to see what the Imperial side of the fringes is like. It's I'm used to kind of being on a playthrough where I finish the Ananta Beast Tribe quests, and it's weird seeing this all back to being Garlean. Arnvold, how are you doing after everything? Did you say you're for the Peering Stones? In that case, mayhap Marshal Tarapin and I should join you. We spied a suspicious pair earlier, a Pure and a Lalafell by the looks of them, but they fled when they'd realized they'd been spotted. If they're Imperials, then we can't have them stirring up trouble. On your guard, Arnvold. They're still about. Since when did you become a bloodhound? Makoti ought to trust their ears, not their nose. Is that so? Oh. Onward. Peering Stones. Looks like it's over to west, a little bit north. Okay, an Afer. I'm guessing that's it. How do I get up there is my only question. Can start. Oh, there's the rest of them. Just try and imply you couldn't find it, or were you able to find a response? The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. Just east of here. Well, I guess we have to go west to head east. There's no climbing up that cliff. Guessing this is the one. Got it guarded anyway. That's a concerning looking abyss. Yeah, at least they have the railing. Is it much of a railing? It's some posts with rope. Imagine walking past that every time you wanted to leave town. Just this pit to nothing. Monago? Just. They're supposed to be fair.
Come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
All exits to the Peering Stones have a fairly reasonable probability of death. It's all sheer cliffs.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
Hello.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana. The Kaliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola, then.
It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the Resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
Isn't an empty threat.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a Primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Enanta.
Of a Primal.
Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
Oh. Right.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a Primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
That's right. Striking gear. Alright then. So, at the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather, your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Rama would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her onto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Sharisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Manago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Right. The name registered? See what we can learn. Hopefully, Sri Lakshmi's, like Alvino said, more like Ramu than any of the other primals. This is going to be a hard enough fight without having to worry about it would be best if it was just the if we could focus our full attention on the Imperials. Of course not. Can't forget, it's not going to tell me if there's another one about until I've actually attuned to this one. Northeast? Guessing somewhere in Jankot. Excuse me, Miss Daisha? We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the 7th Dawn, and we come seeking Sarisha of Devira. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them, but we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would not give. It was the Kilana's broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the Aether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess will be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The Primal's motives will be coloured by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother who had just been borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may also have harboured thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kilana's conception of Sri Lakshmi may differ from that of Devira. This is true. Devira and the Kilana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To Devira, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire, and give our lives for the cause. To the Kilana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystal is less an art and more a ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kailana were content to turn inward and ignore our plight. Until reality asserted itself and they summoned a Primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kailana bade the Vira make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake of their Primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kailana. Will you help them to see reason? I'll do what I can, ma'am. If I know how tempering works, then we shall. For without you, we may be powerless to stop them. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of took a look at it and I don't think that's quite in character. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. He's a good boy. He tries to be. Ignoring the murder that happens sometimes. Then it's settled. We're going to find that Primal and put an end to this. And, I mean, he did still... technically in self-defense. But the thing is, the other thing we have to consider is... he stole a certain dragoon's armor and left him for dead behind an abandoned arbitorium. My sister Vajra will guide you to Jean Quat, and I shall pray for your success. Miss Vajra? Huh? Well met, Scions. I am Vajra, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. Well, I guess we don't have too much time to waste. You are ready? You look ready. Jean Quat. There you will find the Kailana's crystals and Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. Right. I suppose we need to target the crystals as well if we're to prevent multiple future summonings. I believe it is this back path you're supposed to take, isn't it? Gagana. Let's go, Kila. Something I'm just curious about. So for anything level 70. Can I go do without Guren for Stormblood? I'm struggling to think of a way to kind of fit in doing the job quests into the story. That would be interesting to see. I suppose in Final Fantasy, Sorin's gone through different things down. I suppose Final Fantasy series gone through different things. Right. Jean Quat. The path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aephorite. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Right. Still a bit. We avoid the huge elephants. I would rather not fight that thing. It's not getting through how to fight. Nope. Elephant's leaving. Yeah, I'm thinking of using the kind of the lull after the Stormblood main quests to go through and do the job quests on stream for, like, get Scholar, Astrologian, Red Mage, all their job quests done before Shadowbringers. Yeah. That's something actually I'm quite interested. It's not only kind of now clicking with me, like, Sorin is relatively, in the grand scheme of Final Fantasy XIV, is quite close to Shadowbringers. Not the patch quests, but like the initial main story of Stormblood itself. Right. Isn't too dissimilar to the other Aetherites I've used. It's convenient that the teleport puts you in behind walls.
Why, mistress? Why does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Yeah, that's...
Only the vessel may be remade. Not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Yeah, because even without the tail, which it's not quite clear if she has legs or snake tail. But compared to the ant, like, she doesn't have the scales on her arms. Her hair is completely different. I suppose I suppose it's not really like any... I suppose compared to other primals, she's probably the most...
See her promises for what they are. Alice, have you gone mad?
Compared to the other primals, Lakshmi is probably the closest in appearance to her followers.
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood.
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that Primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you'd just listen!
Yeah, you'd think we'd know that by this point.
Misguided children. I will spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
That sounds like... Alright, no! I hope this works. Okay. Yeah.
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
Yeah. Okay. You guys okay? I have to be honest, I didn't know for sure the Echo could actually do that. Well, glad I am that it could, though. You okay, Eorzea? I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try, Sorin. I had to. I understand, Eorzea, but I had to try and I failed. So you have to fight. There is no other way. Never stop trying, Eorzea. You always need to be looking for a better path. It means a lot to hear you say that. It does, but it doesn't make it any easier to have to ask you to face that thing. We can't but do that which is within our power. Please, Alphino and I will go and seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it's finished, we'll be waiting for you. Right. Well, it's been a while, but I'm getting 6 minutes. I think we should have time for the queue. Where do I start? Yes. Still need a party to help out, so while I'm waiting for the Adventurers Guild to get back to me. Where's that I'm looking for? Maybe I can see if I can help the Resistance out with anything more. There is one quest of series of side quests that I'm quite keen to do. Fairly certain it's this one. Oh, sir. Just looking to see if there's anything I can help out with around here. Ah, the Sorin Sherwood of the Maelstrom. A moment, if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Castromorians for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is your wont to attend to move matters both great and small in all corners of the realm. Though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Maelstrom and the Eorzean Alliance. Thus, I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the Fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Molko when you are ready to receive a briefing. She'll be overseeing the operation. Yes, sir. Right. I have to remember I'm a soldier, don't I? Excuse me. Miss Molko? Do I ask to see me? It can't be. But it is! Sorin Sherwood, the Griffin's Bane himself! Have we met? So? Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Balezar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess. A pity no one else seems to think so. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to Castamorians? My duties as a Lieutenant of Maelstrom, I guess. Sergeant Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist in my investigation? This is such an honor. I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Goodness me, where are my manners? Atala Molko, Military Records Officer, at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of the current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castamorians, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans. Prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed, as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment, or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them. Not just for our own records, mind you, but their loved ones as well. They deserved a peace of mind of knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though. It'll be no easy task ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananda have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came to settle here, and as luck would have it, the Resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago. Right. Amegans going missing under... Excuse me, ma'am. Alamegan prisoners captured 20 years ago. Yes, I remember. When the Garleans gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone. Striders, Anantar, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve in the Garlean military, dispatched to other lands from which they would never return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. A settlement to the south? Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Gridania when the Garleans first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Now let's begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. Bittermill, right? I passed through there before. It's... hello, Ifrit. There's not much left of Bittermill, though. Miss Molko? What are the Garleans doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get... Oh, that was the Imperial. Right. Okay, if the Imperials are here, there's definitely something... That, or they're just... Escape the fight at Castel and Villadina. Wait, sir, Are you okay, Miss Molko? goodness, that smarts. Are you okay? Did he hurt you at all? Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Guardian soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Guardians should be too busy contending with the Resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm not good at doing the noises. I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we're to make any sense of this, we must search this place from top to bottom. After my heart returns to my chest. You sure you're feeling okay, man? Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now, let's begin our search. We'd like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there are still some trace of the prisoners left here. Right. I'll keep an eye out for any other Imperials while I'm at it. Anything inside the... Okay, I'm not sure I want to know what's inside there. Footprints? Maybe from the soldier from before who escaped, or... Some of them are fresh. Been behind the building. Don't quite know what I'm looking for out here. In here? This is... yeah. Given the state of the rest of the village, that is unusually clean. Well, I don't know if that's particularly helpful for us. Maybe best just wait for Miss Molko. Why does my mouse keep doing that? Sorin, thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell. Are you okay, sir? Unwell? Unwell? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine, but what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes. Quite strange. Quite strange. What? You have some nerve. Regardless of how I look, I'm a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder, thank you very much. Now, who are you, and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. You are you, but who are we? Yes, we would like to know that very much. Very much. Don't remember. Well, is there anything you can remember? Remember. Yes, something about this place. Something familiar. Quite familiar. Is he okay? Sorin, this is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Ellison, he's likely a Gridanian escaped from the Garleans, or perhaps... Could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it'll be more comfortable than these dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories. Sweet memories. I guess we would like them very much. Very much. Alright then, let's return to Castromorians. My browbeating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped. I'm a little concerned about him. He definitely wasn't sounding like he was okay. Still haven't found anyone for the party. Don't even have any of my healers high enough level to temporarily swap to a different class. Oh. Check in on them later. Need to get back to Kilana. Right. Okay. I cannot remember this fight at all. I think I've only actually gone through this trial twice. Ooh. Ooh. This isn't the first Primal I've fought. Oh, okay.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
That's... Oh. Okay.
I shall free you from your hate.
So that's the main mechanic for this fight, isn't it? The... Ow. Okay, there's a pushback. Don't need to be careful of that.
not your souls weigh heavy?
Okay. That's on fire. All together. Ow.
Your souls are sealed.
Target right. What's this one? Oh. This is safe, right? I forgot how to range attack for a moment.
I shall free you from your hate.
Oh. Nearly there, right? We did it, right? Another primal. Dealt with. Oh, yes, our gunbreaker's getting the combination.
You did it again. You saved them.
Please.
I just wish I could have been more help.
Oh, that's... I did have friends with me, but...
So,
You...
it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope! Our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you!
Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
Right.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Gyr Abania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Yeah. Never quite occurred to me to think of how it feels to be on the other side. But, you know, I am killing people's odds.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Oh yes, because the Garleans do such a better job at...
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
It's just occurred to me, I never really noticed before, but the masks the skulls have on their turbans, are those turbans? Almost look a little Asian in design.
Fadola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble so? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
Yeah, man.
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind. We'll deal with that when the time comes. Don't need earrings. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, Viranilia. Right. Got the increased mount speed now. Nice. And there's the big Gagana. Miss Risha? The winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kelana sisters in her thrall. For this we thank you. Sorin did the deed. We were but witnesses to his heroism. However, I fear that this is only the beginning. But there is no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sisters' plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavour to show them another path, so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, all Megans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time, they will too. You and yours will ever be friends with Devira. On that, you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. I thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. I think it's actually quicker to just teleport. Because I think from here you have, on foot, you have to take the long route around the cliffside. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Tarpon came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi's gone. But I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You've saved a lot of lives, Sorin. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. The previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kelana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient aether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vir on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters then. What news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Veladena. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided it is time to advance east. Finally! He was most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the Warrior of Light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as him, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. And the same goes for you, Monago. You've been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. So, orders are to rest again? Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you a lot of proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of the Veladena. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. That's quite a feast. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There's more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. Definitely don't mind sitting down for a bit. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. No, she wasn't. No, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. Ida? Oh, how my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other. That was enough for me. But he wouldn't let us have even that. Yoderic, Gaius. Of course, Father and Ida had to fight. I would have too if I'd been older, but he didn't have to die. Never ends, does it? They call us beasts and they treat us like them. Push and they... until someone pushes back. Until someone takes up arms or summons a god. False god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better? It just goes on and on and on. I really not sure, Lise. I don't think the gods listen to people like me. You kind of drop out of the adventure before it gets to that stage, don't you? Sorry. But thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Sorin. You too, Lise. See you in the morning. Oh, never mind. Let's walk off together. Morning, everyone. There's something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Waiting for us to return on Wednesday. A bit late and I have work in the morning. But I'll be back tomorrow with Nier Automata. And then Monday with Final Fantasy. But until then, thanks for stopping by and watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And until next time, have a good evening and a good night.